Yeah, 1 hour minimum, 24 hours works. Just your drums are gonna get a little darker. And I always like to put something heavy on top of it.
Yeah.
So from here we'd take this, since we've got the water steaming. Grab our sticks here. Minimum to soak, I'd say, would be an hour of hot water. But if you want it to soak longer, you could soak it as long as possible. Just that your wood's gonna get really dark. Take the little bit of water off. Put it in the steamer there. I like to have the dowels, that way I have them in the air and not sitting on the bottom here. Because I'm not too sure if it would soak our steam good enough at the bottom, so
Right.
I always have the dowels down. Then I like standing them up. I get more room standing them up. I could lay them flat if I wanted to, but when I go buy my wood, I always try to be as picky as possible, because any little knot in the drum, that makes a weak point. Any dark spots, that makes a weak point. But with it being fall time, close to freeze up, you get slim pickings. This is what you end up with when you don't got slim pickings.
Right.
This I cannot use.
No.
And then you just look down it. Look when you got to go buy them. Look down it. Any dark spots, any bad spots like this, I wouldn't use. Nunki was telling me they used to use longo when you drive in the creeks where they go fishing. You see the trees that are the small willows that are growing up like this at the bend. They said they used to use that, cut it and split it down the middle. It'll be already bent, and then just bend the last little bit. This is the fun part. At home this works better, but I was gonna cut my yeah, we get a lot of drips here. So minimum 1 hour. And it gets hot. It gets hot in the house. Here it doesn't get too hot because we're in the other building, but when you're home, so I'll try to do drums only in the winter.
Yeah.
So I got the 2 holes on this side. So I got it in an angle, that way the steam's always coming to the top. And I got 2 holes here. Just enough that it escapes, but small enough that it stays inside the box and circulates.
So how long have you been making drums for now?
For 4 years now. I learned in October, so this is the 4-year mark.
So how many drums do you figure you made so far?
A lot.
Yeah.
I can't even keep count. A lot of the times I'm just giving it to other drummers and dancers. Same with sticks. When I make sticks, I always gift some out. It's my getaway. Happy place. Always, what I've always been told by Nunki, Greg and them is always only work on drums when you're in a happy mindset. If you're not in a happy mindset, it's not going to work out. And I've experienced that. Like, there were times where I would just work on drums, even though I'm not in a good mood.
Yeah.
There was one time I made 8 drums, steamed 8 drums and soaked them, went perfectly, everything. I ended up with 1 out of the 8. So it's like, never again. Well, I just, no matter the mood I'm in, I'll wait until I'm happy. Bring it inside that we're always close to our. What's nice about doing it here, you got a really big open area. At home, I got very limited space. So I'm sitting on top of the counter in the kitchen, on top of the counter. That way I have room to bend. Got my thing on it.
Up there, just
Yeah, 2 youth ones. So what you're gonna look at from here, what you're gonna look at is your edge. Your edge, this is gonna be on the outside.
Okay.
I was teaching my brother-in-law one time, taught him, showed him drums, how to do it. And then I was like, oh yeah, he knows how to do it. Never watched him. He bent 2 drums.
Nice.
Both drums. The sharp edge was on the outside. I should have kept them. Been a good souvenir. And then the last little bit is what I like to do. I'll take it off because I got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Is I'll move it over a little bit more. That way we're dead center. Yeah. And what you want to do is be fast. Then we're more centered.
Nice.
I forgot that I cut these ones longer too, so I could remember to go right to the middle. And then you just push down your edges. You see here we hit a. That's what I mean. If we round it off, we don't. You can stop. And we just flip it over and do another one. We get 2 per. So we grab it again, keep the steam in there, grab one quick, and then we'll close it back up. That way the steam stays in there. So again, your bottom side, your low side is going to be the outside. And then halfway. Because you know the other side's halfway. Follow through. It's all. This is the easy part because you got all this long leverage to bend. Once you get to the end, it gets a little harder. This part, yeah, this last little bit gets harder. I could have went more in the middle, but that'll work there. Then once we're done, we tighten it. That brings these closer, and that fills this edges here. If you don't soak long enough or steam long enough, it's easily gonna snap. You'll end up with this one here, like this one. You see this one here, easily snap. But this, remember I was saying how we had the edges of having knots and all that? This one has just a, like, if you look, when you buy your wood, and you look straight down it, any little, what they're called again?
Knots?
Knots, yeah, any knots, I wouldn't buy. But I was like, I just want the guys that are coming to do one every day, that way they remember, instead of us just doing it on Monday. Because then if it's just us doing it on Monday, then they only got one shot at remembering. So I was like, I'll let them do it every day, that way it's a repeat process. And then come Wednesday, Vernon was already filling up the kettle. What I like to do is go one, then go to the other corner, then just keep it level. Try keep it leveled going down. Just zigzag my way over. That's where you end up with these here. This part always takes 2, because you got to squeeze it together. Do this one.
Oh, can you do it?
How will you?
Standing up?
Yeah. I always try to use little good pants when you're working with the glue in it, because you're gonna end up with wiping it on yourself all the time. But since you're gonna be on TV, you gotta wear nice clothes, huh? If you want, you could drill out the holes in that one. Then you'd always sand the excess tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now what we would do is from here we'd put the 4 dowels down a bit. That's way high there. You see when we have this here? Because we have it flat to the bottom and not the edge. You got to remember you only have a little bit to play with here. We got handles going here. See his markings on his handle there?
Yeah.
How he gets that is taking the groove here, taking the handle, putting it same here, then you'll end up with that line there. So you mark it underneath, end up with that. And then you'd go from here, take this one, go flat here. Then you'll have your top and bottom. Then you cut this part out, and how deep you want to, where you're going to get the line from the side is just take this line, take another piece of wood, and just lay it flat across. That way you know how deep to go. Screwdriver, butter knife, anything works really. And you just put it anywhere inside and then just push to the side and they just snap off. Yeah. You drilled your holes out? Yeah. I don't need these. So how I like to do it is I always try to keep the broken ones because I'm going to need them to find my, I'll go set this to a certain height, go by it, look at it, see if it's deep enough, and then I'll set it higher until I'm satisfied with this here. I like to try to keep a spot, a good gap here. And this is your main sound here. Yeah, so this here is, you want as sharp edge as you can here, because that's going to be your main sound. The sharper, the better. Sand these 4 dowels down flat, and then I'll try to make this as flat as possible because that's where our handle is going to sit. So you're going to go ahead like this, just keep holding it, hold it, you're going to go like this. And just make sure you're staying level because you see this here. Just make sure it's staying level. That way we don't make a big groove into the thing here. Now you can do the inside. Always use this piece of wood as a guide and make sure you have your outside groove out on the far side. I use this piece of wood as a guide here, and then I use my black marking there for the middle, so I try to keep this spinning and this is the lowest point all the way around. And then we get this, so we end up with the groove all the way around. So I always like to make 2 passes in case I end up with a high spot somewhere, and then the second pass it'll even it out. So we go all the way around and we always end up with that perfect groove here.
Yeah, it's really straight.
So we keep this tight here. I don't think so. We'll keep that tight here, and then we'll put the another piece of dowel in. Where we go here. And we can separate the material. You can tell when you're drilling through the handle than when you're drilling through the drum. Much easier was to push through those two. We'll glue down the hole. Just a tiny bit. And you take your glue and put it on the dowel also. And we have a strong handle.
Cool.
Then overnight it would dry this part also, so you'll end up with a stronger handle tomorrow. And then that's ready for material. This is the main part. What you want to be flat is here, because that's the hardest part. That's to when you're working with the material. Because when you're working with the material and you tighten it, you want to take your finger and hold here. Any loose spots, you're gonna feel it, and you'll tighten that one spot more. Quick break, and then we're gonna do the material. Since we all got this, we could all learn at the same time. So with this material, you get, I'd say it's about a meter per drum. And when you buy a meter, you get it doubled, so you can get 2 drums out of it. Then I always just cut off a way more extra, because when we go to tighten it, we're gonna have all this extra leverage that we're gonna be pulling down. Then when we're done, when it's tight like this on it, we'll cut about, I'd say leave about 1 inch to the outside. Then we're gonna take that inch and roll it and tuck it into this. So if you look at my nails, all my nails are cut. I always keep this one long. That's just for drum making. So I'll be able to stuff my material way deep inside. So all my nails are cut except this one. So I use that to stuff it in. Yeah, and it's a good nose picker too. So So since we have this one cut in half, we could cut it again in half, and then Liam has one half, I have the other. So that makes 2 drums. And there's always, you got to make sure your sides, these ones got different compared to that one. Your smooth side and your rough side.
Rough side on the bottom.
Oh, already. See, I don't even need to teach you. I always like to try to keep the smooth side at the top, because the rough side would have more, it's like a edge that'll catch the grooves better. See, I like to do here is have more on this side compared to this handle side, because this handle side is going to be easy to tighten. So from here we just take this. I like to try to look at my bottom here where I'm pulling and have it on the other side. So that way when it's pulling out, when I go to tighten it, it's pulling it tighter. We go from here, hit that edge. Yeah. Yeah, now pull. Pull this edge out. Where's your thing here? So that's, you're going to be going that way. So you're going this way. And I'd say you put on a glove there. Six times, Liam. 6 times and keep it tight, yeah. And see what, when you do here, you don't need to worry about it, because later you could just pull it out. Maybe I'll stand to the side and not do one. They all look stronger than me. So you see from here, you're going to go around it. Go around your handle now. Tuck this one here. And go around your handle real tight. And when you get here, you can just hold, go across this X here. Go across. Then you just hold it here. Then what you're going to take is go like this. Take it. This, 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to put it on. And that's going to be your knot. Yeah. Then just. Oh. Yeah, so since I showed you, try it. Hold your X there. So what you want, you see this is on the outside. When you go back one. See that's on the outside? You want that on the inside, so twist. Try to twist.
This way?
That way, yeah. See, 1, 2, 1 more. 3. Go in under. You just hold it there. Then pull this one this way. And just twist it.
This way?
Yeah, wiggle it back and forth. And that makes it right down. Yeah, that's all it is. It's just wiggle it. That's all it is.
So I'll just start pulling it?
Yep. Just to get the rough edges out. Go around once. Need help? Always leave a tail, that way I could hold that tail. Tighten it. Now that it doesn't slip, I could keep it tight. That's why you need to hold it, because you get your fingers stuck. See, that's why I say to wear gloves, because you're gonna end up with that'll easily end up inside your skin. Like that, and then you'll push it flat again. I'd go start the other side. You see your other corner there by your knee? Pull that one out first, because you see how little material you got there? Yeah, just pull that one. Always easy to go on the table. But we'd clean the tables before we do it, that way you don't end up with sawdust.
Just pull it tight from one side or around?
All the way around. Not tight, just enough to get the crinkles out. Yeah, this is the hot part. The hotter part is when you go to dry the wax, because you're standing by the stove. Teasing Sasha about counting, I forgot to count. That or I don't know how to count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
See, it's difficult to go from here. If we use it on the table, it's easier. So if we cut this, like we can cut it, and then we'd have it always flat. But when you go to tighten it, see where this sinew comes over to the handle? Yeah. You have that chance of ripping it and making a long tear. So I always tighten it first, then after we're ready to roll, then I'll cut it. I just try to get these wobbles out best as possible. Take that on the floor and just pop it back.
So the next stage is the floor wax?
Yeah, the floor wax would make the material really stretch. Then when we go to tighten it with the pulling on it, then put it to the hot stove, then it would really make it really tight. I used to go like this. Hold it like this, then pull it tight. You rip every single one of these. It's sore. And I used to try to tape it and everything, but I used to do that. I used to put my toes on the inside here, put my knees at the top here, and pull as tight as I can. And when I can't pull anymore, I'd go close as possible and roll. And that's when I'd rip these. And I always rip here, because this is the way I do it now, is on the edge of the table. So go on here, Liam. Go on here.
You pull it around, work your way around again, it'll come up.
So what do you go here? Go from here, and it'll just pull it out. Like this is how we're gonna do it, is on the table. So this is where I always rip here, because I'm pulling against the drum and against the
Corner?
yeah. So we just pop it out now.
So I went around 2 times doing that.
So now we're ready. You ready? You ready for wax too? You want to use gloves for this part. Yeah, just pop it now. Just pop it all the way to the floor, loose as possible.
So what is it?
Just pledge for wax.
Okay.
Any floor wax would work. It smells real good. And it smells really good when you heat it up. It smells even better. So this here. Look for any little sawdust. Since we're working where all our sawdust is, you're gonna end up with a lot. could always pull it off in the end. So try to make it look pretty. At home, I always end up with hair. I always end up with the dog's hair. So I'm always there sitting like this, pulling after the floor wax. Talk about hair, there's a hair. So you just go from here. What we're gonna do is fill our edges. That way we make sure our edges always get it. Follow it all the way through.
It don't go through.
No. And just use the rest. There's a glove right there, you're gonna want a glove. And you can just go. Round in circles. You just follow the edge and then make your way. Once you put it on the other side, it's even going to make it more soft. It makes it react, like it's like some kind of chemical reaction, makes this really stretch out. Followed your edges and then just get it all over evenly. Then you can do the same thing on the other side. You just sit there. If you got too much, you just let it drain to the middle, and then we'll just pop it over the garbage there. So you end up with lots.
What happens if you touch it?
Nothing's wrong with it. It's just really ugly to get on your hands. Really ugly to get on the furniture. It's just slippery, really slippery. So you just do that. Flip it over and let it drip off. You see this dark spot here, David? This dark spot in the middle?
Yeah.
That's where I touched on the other side. So that's really stretchy in the middle there.
Really reacting.
Yeah, so I'll just throw it over. You could, when you're done, you could tell where you're missing missing spots because you're gonna get this dark spot here. What I use at home is just use a old spoon and this spoon in the middle. And you can tell where you missed the spot. Yeah, as long as it's all the way around. So the way I like to do the top, get all the way around, make sure I get to the edges. And then I'd take whatever little excess that I got and just rub it on here. Just make it wet all the way around.
Mine is already soaked.
That way when we go to tighten it, we're gonna evenly do it all the way around. Then once it's flat, we'll tighten.
It gets sticky after a while.
So what I like to do is take it evenly all the way around. That way I know it's on every edge. Every part of the material comes out with wax underneath. See, wax here. That way I know it's touching everywhere. Take a little bit out. So yeah, once we're all the way around, you get a little bit of a sound. That's when you take it and get it as tight as possible. The best sound is that.
You hear it.
And that's when you go here, follow your edges, and then you'll feel if you have like there weak spots. Like I have weak spots here.
What's a weak spot? Too flat, not pointy enough?
Yeah, you'll feel it like it's this. It's like,
Yeah.
see, this is what I mean if it's not flat.
Right.
It has an air bubble. You just take it. Just keep tightening. And you hear the difference now compared to what we had at the start. So since we got the stove going right now,
And the heat just basically burns off the extra wax?
just dries it off, yeah, and then it'll tighten it even a little more. So it'll dry your edges, and that would keep this part from moving in the future. So it dries the whole thing, and it's like glue. It'll glue it to the bottom there.
Oh, so you never need to tighten it. Once it's done.
Yeah, once it's done, it's done. And then once somebody steps on it or anything, then you just change it again. There's no fixing it after it's waxed. Yeah, it should be good, yeah. Go like this. Yeah. Tighten here.
There?
Yeah. Tighten here. This part's really ugly to tighten. Yeah. Just go around one more time. You gotta wait for him. So that I'm happy with. And like what you're hearing now is with this.
Yeah.
Once we cut that after we're done drying, cut that, you're gonna hear it even more. I think after this one, we'll go one more coat. Mine's pretty dry. I just gotta, I'll put another coat on it.
Doesn't take long.
It takes a little while.
Yeah. This part makes you sweat. Yeah, what I usually do is just one coat, tighten it, and then I find that perfect, but I just want to see if it'll change if I change the color of this top.
It has to be completely dry before I put another coat.
No, as long as it's dry. Like, this is dry.
Yeah.
So I'll probably just go put another coat now. And yours are dry too? Well, let's go put another coat on.
No, it's still sticky.
That's just that. Like, I got a thick spot too. I could see it here when you look in the thing. I could see a thick spot here. It's sticky.
So this one's good then?
Yeah, we'll just put another one on, and then we'll dry it. Yeah. So the way we'll do it is let Sasha do his first, let him dry it, and then one of us will do ours next. Let us dry it. That way we're not just standing here waiting to dry it and letting it hand dry. See, it gets louder as it dries. And that could soak up your bits.
Can you cut off a corner then?
And just use this and it'll take off your excess. So the way you do it, hold this like this, go from here, circles all the way out.
Okay.
And they say that makes the material bounce better, the vibration, everything. They have it in circles like Sasha's doing there.
You cut off the corner?
Yeah, I'll cut off this side because it's got the good side. You see that side, it's got a lot of fray into it. And then take off these ones because it's got edges. Wrap it up. And same thing, just circles.
Good.
Yeah. Pull it over this side. That way you get a straight line here. And just find the middle of the handle. I like to try keep around an inch for rolling. Trick to the trade for the future, grow your one nail out. It don't need to be perfect, just don't go too close. go too far out, all it does is it just sticks out. If I make it exactly, just a little, takes just a little bit, it'll pop in, pop out. So that's why I roll it. Re-roll it, at least when I roll it, it has a whole 2 inches before it even pops out. See, it looks way better than it did last time. So again, it would be straight up, push in, make a little triangle. Then that's gonna be an easy start. So just like that, yeah. And all it is, twist over, hold, twist over and hold. See, this is where the nail comes in. See, then I'm able to push it right under the sinew and it just holds all the time.
So you're tucking it all the way. That's interesting. It all fits in there.
Yeah, and it just hides it. And see this, now it's got 2 feet, or a whole inch before it pops right out.
All right.
I can really see what you meant now, the difference in the group sizes between parachute and hide.
Yeah. Yeah, you see with the parachute, I could really make mine into a really tiny one, and mine's gonna stay in there compared to yours. Yours is gonna unravel.
Yeah, it'll need to be tied.
Yeah. So the way you can do that is go like this, take this, and follow, and then just hold with the one finger. I find it, I usually use my middle finger, and then just keep rolling, and just hold your sinew in that one spot. It's difficult, but it does work. All the way around. This is where you get the blisters.
So then how many more times are you gonna wrap around once it's all tucked?
I usually like to go until you don't really see any more material.
Wow.
Just makes it look nice. But you can just go a few times, three, 4 times. But I just like to, I'm really perfectionist on how my drum looks. What I was thinking for the future, any big drum orders that instead of me doing it, I'll probably do the same as I did here. I was doing a workshop. It'll also benefit a lot more people that they'd learn how to do drum making and they could do it on their own. I'm not gonna be here forever, so gotta pass the tradition on while I am. Then in the future they could teach. I always use a glove here because I always make it tight. Doesn't have to be super tight like the start, but tight enough that you hide the material. But as you can see, now you don't see no more material. Now I just got a clean piece of sinew. That's what I like.
Pretty much fill the gap, eh?
Yeah. I like to try to fill the gap, hide all the material, and just have a clean piece of sinew showing. So I'll just keep going around and a little piece of white material I see, I'll just cover. Like to try to do a few knots, just to be sure it doesn't loosen up. What I do from here, I cut a little piece off, maybe an inch or 2. Take the lighter, then I just burn this piece. Burn it down. Gotta get close. Lick the finger, push it down. Then you know that knot's never gonna come off. Then it's stuck. And we have a finished drum. Always listen for that long tone. So it should be loud. Perfect. Perfect as can be. What I like to do too after I'm done, which I didn't bring, is put epoxy here. Because oak has a lot of grain in it. It's gonna chip away all the time. So I always like to put epoxy here where the stick's always gonna hit. So you wanna look down the center and you want a sharp tip. So you're gonna meet the middles here. See this sharp tip right there? That's what we're gonna want. And then we'll work the sides, make it thin. So make that out, beveled in. Take the bottom, make that out. That'll make you a stick that could bend really easy. What I like to do is have one side where I put my finger at the end and have it start here. So that's going to be my handle. So it usually starts right at the cut. The cut's there, that's my handle. So that's how I aim with this. Straight down. Then this side, I'd just go from where the last little bit was. I'd go from there back and try stop before my handle. Now it's smooth. Right. See? That there gives you a smooth stick. And what we'll do to make it even smoother, we'll change this 50 grit to a 120 grit. And just the same process of pulling it against, down, that makes that. And it even makes it thinner than it was. Just pull it all, follow all the guides there. And we just do the rounded edges, running it this way. Same thing, take your corners, bad pieces off, and you're done.